Listen closely, friends, and let me take you on a journey of hope, transformation, and a love that defied expectations. This is the story of Daniel, a humble plumber whose life, once defined by the steady rhythm of pipes and repair jobs, took an unexpected turn on an ordinary day that would change everything. As I weave this tale, picture a man whose hands were calloused by hard work and whose heart, though quiet, held dreams of something greater. It is a story of everyday miracles and of how love can blossom in the most unlikely of places. Daniel had always been a man of simple means. In a small town where the days flowed in a gentle cadence and life was measured in the little victories of daily labor, he made his living by mending leaks, unclogging drains, and fixing the broken parts of a community that relied on his expertise. There was a comforting reliability in his work, a satisfaction that came from restoring what was broken. Yet, beneath the surface of his routine lay a heart that yearned for connection, for passion, for something beyond the predictable drip of a faulty tap. It was on one crisp autumn morning, with the sun just beginning to cast its golden glow over the sleepy town, that fate beckoned him in the most unexpected way. Daniel received a call from a well-to-do neighborhood, an address he had not visited before. The voice on the other end of the line was soft yet insistent, explaining that there was an urgent plumbing issue at a grand, ivy-clad house on the outskirts of town. With his trusted tool belt slung over his shoulder and a heart filled with the usual mix of duty and hope, Daniel set out for the address. As he drove along winding roads framed by trees whose leaves blazed with the fiery hues of fall, Daniel's mind wandered. He thought of the countless homes he had entered, the lives he had briefly touched, and the unspoken dreams that kept him moving forward day by day. But nothing in his past had prepared him for what awaited him at that house. The mansion was a stately structure, exuding an air of old-world charm and quiet elegance. It stood apart from the modest dwellings of the town, a palace of memories and secrets. Daniel parked his truck and, with his toolbox in hand, approached the front door. He rang the bell, and almost immediately, the door swung open. There, framed by soft light, stood a woman whose presence seemed to illuminate the threshold. Her eyes, deep and thoughtful, held a mix of determination and quiet sorrow. She introduced herself as Isabella. Isabella was unlike anyone Daniel had ever met. At first glance, she radiated strength and gentleness, a rare combination that left him momentarily breathless. Her voice was melodic, each word carrying the cadence of a life rich with both joy and heartache. She explained that the plumbing in her beloved home had become an unexpected enemy, a leak that threatened not only the structure of the house, but also the cherished memories that filled every room. As Daniel listened, he felt an inexplicable pull, a sense that this was more than just another repair job. There was a vulnerability in Isabella's words, a hidden pain that resonated with the quiet loneliness in his own heart. With his customary precision and care, Daniel set to work. As he navigated the labyrinth of pipes beneath the mansion, he found himself reflecting on the delicate balance between order and chaos, a balance that, much like life itself, could be disrupted in an instant. The clanging of metal, the rush of water, and the rhythmic tapping of his tools became a symphony that accompanied his thoughts. And all the while, he felt Isabella's presence, as if her spirit lingered in every shadow and every crevice of that grand old house. Hours passed as Daniel diligently repaired the intricate network of plumbing. Between the tasks, Isabella would occasionally appear at the doorway, her eyes watching him with a mix of admiration and quiet curiosity. In those fleeting moments, their unspoken connection deepened, a wordless conversation shared through glances and subtle smiles. It was as if the very air around them crackled with the promise of something extraordinary. As the day wore on and the repairs neared completion, a gentle rain began to fall outside, its soft patter on the roof adding a soothing rhythm to the busy afternoon. With the last leak sealed and the final tool set aside, Daniel emerged from the depths of the mansion's underbelly, sweat on his brow, but a sense of accomplishment warming his chest. Isabella met him at the doorway, her expression a blend of relief and something far more tender, a glimmer of gratitude that shone in her eyes like stars emerging in the twilight. "Thank you, Daniel," she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. "You've done more than fix my house today. You've given me back the peace I thought was lost." In that simple moment, the world seemed to shift. Daniel's heart, long accustomed to the steady cadence of work and solitude, began to beat a little faster. Here was a woman who not only appreciated his skill, but also understood the silent language of the soul. As they stood together in the fading light, the seeds of a deeper connection were sown, one that promised to grow and flourish with time, nurtured by kindness, trust, and a shared understanding of life's unexpected beauty. Over the ensuing weeks, Daniel found himself returning to Isabella's mansion, not out of necessity, but out of a growing desire to know her more deeply. Each visit was filled with quiet conversations that meandered from practical matters to the most personal of dreams and regrets. Isabella, it turned out, was a woman with a storied past. Once an accomplished artist, she had given up her passion in the face of overwhelming responsibilities and the weight of past sorrows. The mansion, with its echoing halls and sunlit rooms, was a repository of her memories, a bittersweet collection of moments that had both defined and confined her. As Daniel listened to her stories, his admiration for her blossomed into something profound. He marveled at her resilience, her ability to find beauty in the mundane, and the way she had weathered the storms of life with quiet dignity. For his part, Daniel shared tales of his own upbringing, of days spent learning the trade from his father, and of the simple joys that punctuated his life. A childhood filled with laughter, the gentle support of a community that valued honesty and hard work, and the unspoken dreams that had sustained him through years of solitude. Their bond deepened with each encounter. In the gentle glow of evening, as the rain tapped softly against the windows and the world outside seemed to pause, Isabella and Daniel would talk for hours. They discovered a shared passion for simple pleasures, the taste of freshly brewed coffee, the sound of an old song on a crackling radio, and the solace found in the quiet moments between heartbeats. With every conversation, the invisible thread that connected them grew stronger, weaving a tapestry of mutual understanding, respect, and burgeoning affection. Yet, as with all great tales, life's path was not without its obstacles. Whispers of the growing connection between a humble plumber and a refined woman began to circulate in the small town. Some frowned upon their union, believing that the difference in their worlds was too vast to bridge. Others, though, saw in their blossoming romance a symbol of hope, a reminder that love often emerges in the most unexpected places, transcending the confines of social status and convention. The challenges they faced only served to strengthen their resolve. Isabella, with her innate grace and inner strength, remained undaunted by the judgments of others. She knew that the heart has its own language, one that speaks in quiet moments and gentle glances, beyond the reach of gossip and prejudice. Daniel, too, was resolute. He had built his life on a foundation of hard work and authenticity, and he was determined not to let the opinions of others obscure the light that had been kindled between them. As the months turned into a season of blooming love, the mansion, once a silent repository of memories, began to transform. The corridors that had echoed with loneliness now resonated with laughter and whispered promises of a future reimagined. In the sunlit parlor, amid the scent of fresh flowers and the soft strains of the piano in the background, Isabella and Daniel found solace in each other's arms, a refuge from the storms of life that raged outside. Their love was not without its moments of quiet tension and vulnerability. There were evenings when doubts crept in, when the weight of past disappointments threatened to overshadow the tender hope of new beginnings. But in those moments, they would look into each other's eyes and find the courage to move forward. A silent affirmation that the path of true love is paved with both joy and hardship, and that every step, no matter how uncertain, brings them closer to a shared destiny. One such evening, as the first snow of winter began to dust the world in a soft, shimmering blanket, Isabella and Daniel sat together by a crackling fire. The warmth of the flames cast dancing shadows on the walls, and for a long while, they simply sat in silence, two souls entwined in a moment of perfect understanding. It was then that Isabella, her voice soft as the falling snow, spoke of her deepest longing, a wish to rediscover the passion that had once defined her, to reclaim the dreams that had been set aside in the name of duty and loss. Daniel listened intently, his heart swelling with a tenderness that left him momentarily breathless. "Isabella," he said, "I may be a simple man, a plumber by trade, but I believe that every heart deserves to shine, no matter how dim it may seem. I've spent my life fixing what's broken, mending leaks, and restoring what others might overlook. And I see in you a beauty that can light up even the darkest of rooms. Let me help you find that spark again. Let me show you that love, in its purest form, can be as resilient and transformative as the very things we repair." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, a mixture of gratitude, hope, and an understanding that transcended words. In that moment, the fire crackled louder, as if echoing the silent vow they made to each other. A vow to embrace life fully, to face its uncertainties together, and to allow love to mend even the most shattered parts of their souls. As winter deepened and the town was wrapped in a serene silence, Daniel and Isabella embarked on a journey that redefined what it meant to be together. Their days were filled with simple pleasures. A walk through a snow-laden park, sharing warm cups of cocoa as they watched the world outside transform into a glittering wonderland, an evening spent in quiet conversation, planning a future where their hearts could soar free from the constraints of the past. Daniel's work as a plumber took on a new meaning. Every repair, every challenge he overcame, was imbued with the knowledge that he was not merely fixing pipes and drains, but helping to restore hope in a world that often seemed bleak. And with every grateful smile from his neighbors, he carried the memory of Isabella's gentle encouragement, a reminder that love, once kindled, could transform even the most ordinary of lives into something extraordinary. The seasons changed, and with the arrival of spring, a new chapter of life unfurled. The snow melted into soft, trickling streams, and the barren branches of winter were replaced by tender green buds that promised renewal. In the wake of this natural rebirth, the town itself seemed to awaken from a long slumber, embracing life with renewed vigor. Daniel's reputation as not only a skilled plumber, but also a man with an open, compassionate heart grew. Neighbors spoke of his quiet acts of kindness, the way he always had a word of encouragement for those in need. And through it all, the bond between him and Isabella deepened, a living testament to the idea that love could conquer the divides of social class, past heartbreak, and the ever-present fears of vulnerability. One bright spring morning, under a sky painted with hues of blue and gold, Daniel received a call that would change the trajectory of his life yet again. It was from a local community center, a place that had long been a hub of activity and hope for the town's residents. They were in need of someone to help renovate their aging facilities, a task that required not only skill, but also a heart willing to invest time and care in the future of the community. Without hesitation, Daniel agreed, eager to lend his hands and heart to a cause that resonated with his own journey of transformation. Over the next several weeks, he poured his energy into the project. With every leak repaired and every piece of broken equipment restored, he felt a deep sense of purpose. The community center began to take on a new life, its halls echoing with the promise of a brighter future. A future where the lessons of hard work, kindness, and love were interwoven into the very fabric of the town. Isabella, too, found herself blossoming alongside Daniel. Inspired by his unwavering commitment to both his craft and the community, she rekindled her own long-forgotten passion for art. In the quiet hours of the early morning, before the world awoke, she would sit by the large, sunlit window of the mansion and paint. Her canvases filled with vibrant colors and bold strokes, each one capturing the essence of the life she now shared. A life defined not by past sorrows, but by the promise of hope and renewal. As her work gained recognition in local exhibitions, Isabella's gentle smile and quiet determination inspired others, proving that it is never too late to rediscover one's purpose and passion. In the midst of these moments of growth and rebirth, the love between Daniel and Isabella continued to flourish. They celebrated their successes with quiet dinners by candlelight, strolled hand in hand through the town's blooming gardens, and shared dreams of a future where their love would be the beacon guiding others out of darkness. Every challenge they had faced, every leak, every heartbreak, had led them to this moment of profound connection, a moment where two souls, forged by life's trials, found solace in each other's embrace. And so, dear listener, as I bring this tale to its gentle conclusion, remember that love often arrives when least expected. Daniel, the humble plumber, and Isabella, the woman of grace and resilience, discovered that true romance is not found in grand gestures or fleeting moments of passion alone, but in the quiet, steadfast commitment to repairing what is broken and nurturing the seeds of hope. Their story is a reminder that even the most ordinary of lives can be transformed by the power of love, a love that mends hearts, bridges divides, and blossoms in the unlikeliest of places. In the golden light of a late summer afternoon, as the town basked in the warmth of renewed hope, Daniel and Isabella stood together at the community center's newly renovated entrance. The building, now a vibrant symbol of unity and progress, bore silent witness to the transformative journey of two souls who dared to follow their hearts. With gentle smiles and eyes that shone with the light of shared dreams, they stepped forward into a future where every challenge was met with courage, every setback paved the way for growth, and every repaired pipe or mended heart was a testament to the enduring power of love. May their journey serve as an inspiration, a story told from one generation to the next, reminding us that even in the most unassuming moments, miracles can happen, hearts can heal, and love, in its most honest form, can transform lives forever.